Hello everyone, welcome to Anis, and congratulations for Kesari Veer that's about to release 16th of May in theaters.
Thank
My first question is for all of you, and I would like all your inputs. The film strangely mirrors what has happened to our country in the past 1 week. Invaders came, they attacked us. In the light of such events, and as I say that, history repeats itself. Uh, Playing these characters and then following it up through the marketing like of the film, through the promotion, what's your mind space like? How, in your opinion, how does it, the larger narrative, how does it play out to the audience when the films
I
ends up?
think in the end, the message in the end is very clear, that country above anything else.
Mhm.
And that's what Kesari Veer is all about. It's about people coming together, simple people from different walks of life who come together to fight for one cause, and that is evil. And that's the way we should be thinking even today. Let not hatred, let not fear take over, but let your combined strength
Yeah.
and our values take over and show the world that we are one. And we never would be disturbed. It happened, 26/11 happened, but Mumbai got up the very next day, saluting all the people who lost their lives, saluting all the people in uniform who lost their life. We're more vigilant now, we're more aware now.
Yeah.
And I think that's the message that this film also gives. And even then it gave. And that's why for years together and generations together, those are few things that we've never forgotten. Values, relationships, our culture, our gods, our goddesses. The love for Shivji has only grown over a period of time. And you see in the last few years,
True.
that this awareness among the youth is also massive. I mean, when did young children and young boys and girls go on pilgrimages? When did they go to all these places? We never heard of it. They always said that once you retire or you've given up in life, or अब retirement हो गया तो आप चार धाम जाओ और ये नहीं. आज मैं उज्जैन हर हफ्ते भागना चाहता हूँ. शिवजी की पूजा हर हफ्ते करता हूँ, जो शायद हमने पहले कभी नहीं किया. So this is what Kesari Veer is all about.
And Sooraj and Akanksha, your inputs.
I mean, you said history repeating itself right now. I think there is a Kesari Veer in every soldier of ours who are protecting us. We are here giving interviews, and right now they are out there on the battlefield protecting all of us. That is what our film is also about, protecting our people, protecting our families, and whoever has ever tried to invade us, we've given them back what they deserve. So I think people who are doing bad to us right now are getting back what they deserve. So
Okay. And Akanksha?
Very rightly said, and I would also like to add in that Suniel sir is playing my father. He's the leader of the Bhil community, and Sooraj is playing Hamir Ji Gohil. But one thing which was common in both of them and even in my character was that it didn't matter where they came from, but they all had one thing they all wanted to fight for one thing. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're the king or if you're Peel or anything. All that matters is that you all fight for the same thing. And then when we all come together, then jeet to hamari pakki.
True. Absolutely. And
He says, शास्त्र को शस्त्र में बदलने का वक्त आ गया है. वरना हम कभी ऐसे नहीं है.
Yeah.
हम
They never had the philosophy of attacking first.
Yeah, even in border हम तो किसी की धरती पे नजर उठा के भी नहीं देखते. लेकिन इतने कायर बच्चे भी नहीं है कि कोई हमारे धरती माँ पे नजर उठाए और हम चुपचाप बैठे रहे. So I think every film of ours also talks about it. We only talk peace.
even in our film, we always have, even in our film, we warn them that you're taking
Stop.
you're taking a wrong call and you're messing with the wrong people. Go back. We want peace, but then we have to do what we have to do.
Sometimes you have to show the teeth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to show teeth. Yes.
See, that is what Sanatan Dharma is also all about. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about brotherhood. It's about doing good and being good. So.
Okay. And I was listening to one of your earlier interviews. You mentioned that in current climate of the cinema, the emotion far it lays heavily compared to the action. I would request you to elaborate further on that, since you have done action for a very, very long time.
No, come again.
You said that emotion bypasses the intensity of action in the current cinematic climate.
No, I feel action, it lacks emotion. Action lacks emotion. Here is where action is backed by very strong emotions. And only when action is backed by very strong emotions, it could be for the country, it could be for your loved one, it could be for anything that is dear to you. When it is backed by that, the audience doesn't see it as action.
Yeah.
The audience sees at a natural course that has to be taken. अगर मैं उनकी जगह पे होता ना तो मैं ये करता, और वो समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. एंड यूज़र को वो समझना बहुत इंक्लूसिव करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. और इंक्लूसिव आप जब तब होते हैं वो जब आप एक सही नस को दबाते हो जिसमें इमोशन भरा है. आप स्टाइल, और आज हमारे में स्टाइल और गिमिक्स और एडिट और केबल वर्क ज़्यादा हो गया है. यू नो, जब सनी पाजी पंप उठाते हैं तो लोग कोई सोचता नहीं है कि पंप है यार कैसे उठा सकता है. इमोशनली इतना पावरफुल है कि आप गलत नहीं हो सकते. एंड दैट्स वेयर थिंग्स वर्क.
And Suraj, playing a character in a film which is set back in time, of course, it comes with a lot of logistical challenges. As he mentioned, 30 kilo के हथियार हैं, costumes itself are very heavy. How do you make your way around such things and focus solely on the performance despite all of the fringes?
Sir, luckily हमारी टीम बहुत अच्छी थी. हमारा जो प्रोडक्शन टीम था, हमारा जो डायरेक्शन टीम था, उन्होंने हम सबको सपोर्ट किया है. They never made us feel a very big load, even though we were going through so much. हमने धूल में, मट्टी में, धूप में, पसीने में, हमने सुबह से लेकर शाम तक वही कॉस्ट्यूम पहना है. और हमें रोज़ यही करना था. वही हेयर था, वही मेकअप था, वही ब्लड था, वही हैवी तलवारें थे. पर आई थिंक ऑल दैट इज केप्ट असाइड व्हेन देयर इज सो मच इमोशन. हमारा सेट पे भी वी न्यू व्हाट वी वर मेकिंग and we knew what responsibility we had. So all of that was nothing for us. We wanted to make a good film for firstly ourselves and secondly the audience. And I think I hope we've done a good job.
Yeah. Absolutely. And my next question is for Akanksha. Actors generally they start off with something which is quite easy when it comes to a character demanding physically. When you work in something of this sort in the initial phase of your career, how do you see it molding the performer in you in the longer run?
It definitely challenged a lot of things. It actually got me closer to who I was. The entire process of knowing what Rajal was like, I had to tap into all these different emotions, different layers of what she must have gone through, because she wanted to do what was right for the people, and she put them above anything else. So and she meant bravery, she meant courage, she meant love. So to incorporate all of that into this performance, I think I think I met myself in this journey.
And my last question is for Sunil sir. Sir, in the current cinematic climate, it comes off across as the stories are either black or white, but history, as we see, as we delve into it further, we realize that it's very messy. Some calls that someone has taken few years ago, 100, 1200 years ago, they might not still be very relevant, and they could still again become relevant in another 1000 years. In that sense, since you have been one of the strongest pillars of our cinema, what do you have to say about the history being messy and it's not being portrayed cinematically?
I think it's the responsibility of the actors and the directors to make sure that the narrative is beautiful. You're not hurting sentiments, but at the same time telling the story beautifully. Telling people about the rich heritage and culture of the country and of the people, and doing that. And that's the attempt that we are trying to do. R&D, research, on scripts, sitting with the right people, historians who are aware of facts and figures. Is very, very important, and that's the beauty of the director that we have, a very intelligent, well-read director whose knowledge is very, very thorough. You know, it's not gimmicky. This film is not gimmicky, and it's not just about war. It's about relationships. It's about communities who didn't necessarily get along with each other, but didn't cross paths either.
Yeah.
Stayed away, but come the enemy,
Yeah.
and they come together.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, come the enemy, and it changes, and that's what this country needs to do forever.
Yeah.
If we are one, how does anything matter to us?
True.
How does who is opposite us ever matter to us? You know, and that's why they always say you should always be a part of a team sport. So you will understand the highs and lows of life, because you share grief and you share joy together. And that is the beauty of this film and the people of India. You know, without anything also, you see they are the happiest people in the world.
Yeah.
Come Diwali, come Christmas, come Eid, festivals, they thrive on these aspects.
Absolutely.
So I think it's the filmmaker's responsibility also to make sure that you don't cross the path, and you're not hurting sentiments. And we've been very careful about all that in this film. Constantly been speaking to the producer and the director, who are as active as any one of us. You know, they may not be in front of the screen today. You might not know them, but they are the ones who are responsible for putting such a beautiful film together.
Perfect. So with that, we have reached the end of this conversation. If there's anything that I may have missed asking as a question, or something that you would have loved to talk about, so please feel free.
I think you did a great job, and good questions, and very well put across.
Yeah. So on that note, thank you so much, and I wish you all the best for Kesari Veer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay.